Hey everybody, it's Nick and Dustin with Two Brothers Comics. Tonight we have a couple things we want to talk about. Dustin's a little upset with some people in the YouTube community. Want to talk about the diamond distributors halting payments to the vendors. Talk about should digital comics be released. Also, last day for the giveaway to enter. So wanted to do a quick update on that. Stay tuned. All right, everybody. Welcome to Two Brothers Comics Live. We are actually on Facebook and YouTube for the first time. We've had Facebook for quite some time, honestly. That's where we actually started with our live sales. And never actually used it to go live on in conjunctions with YouTube. So I'll say hey to a couple people in the chat. Ryan, are we getting a Grind My Gear segment? And that's from Facebook. So that's our first Facebook comment. Yep, absolutely.
And Ryan's been with us since we was on Facebook too. So actually, I've known Ryan since before we started this. So that's a long timer right there.
Harsh Life, glad to have you. YouTube does have some trolls, but this is going to be a little bit of a twist for you. Perry, you're not a troll. You're not a troll, Perry. The best admins are. All right. Superior, hello. Glad to have you. Magic, how you doing, sir? Oh, chat just jumped on me. We have the one, the only Justin Birch. Nice to have you, sir. Hopefully we'll provide some enjoyment for you while you're over there lettering and getting some work done. There's Ryan again, Comics and Death Metal.
What?
That's hilarious. Captain, how you doing, sir? CFAP, Superior. And then Adrian Pandawesome. What's up? What's up, man? I think this is the first time he's been on here. And if I'm not mistaken, he's somebody that came over from Jim Mint's recommendation. So he left a comment on there, said, hey, Jim Mint basically gave you a shout out. And if I'm not mistaken, also Austin is one as well. So glad to have you too.
Yep. Austin actually I believe he won one of our impromptu giveaways last week. So he should have gotten his package by now, or it should be almost there.
Who knows? We might be more. Yeah, Krakoa, son. That's what it was. And then did I miss anybody else?
You got Captain?
Yeah, I got Captain, I got Perry, and then BB. BB, I don't know who it is, but glad to have you.
Yep.
Hope you're doing well. So Dustin. What?
That's my buddy Jordan from high school right there, showing up from the Facebook. So first time he's seen our YouTube channel.
Oh, well, enjoy it, man. And if you haven't already, subscribe. It helps. And then second place. Thank you, Adrian. Appreciate that, man. And then, oh, that's awesome, man. And then we have Disco as well. All right, so let's jump right into it. First thing I think we're going to talk about was Two Gun and then Disco. So Disco, listen, that package I sent you, man. I already had everything packaged up real nice and neat in that mailer with the sticker and all that good stuff. It was ready to go. And then you picked up that ASM book. I'm like, well, I don't want to ruin this beautifully packaged thing for you. So I had a makeshift Gemini because I ran out and I attached it. And I guess next time I'll put like a big do not throw away sticker because, I mean, I'm watching you rip into it and you just take it, tossed it.
Yeah.
I think that was a sub 150 ASM. I don't even remember what it was, but it was very interesting. And then Just a Rican, how you doing? Ben, hello. TK, hello.
Don't worry, Rob. We're going to be done before Buyer Pass starts. But is it really Buyer Pass? I don't know. We're going to have to tune in and see.
Oh, man. At some point, we're going to get these T-shirts out to everybody. I can confirm they wash well, they do really nice, and they fit nicely. So at some point, I'll put those out there for everybody. ASM 105, yeah, and he chunked it. But anyway, so real quick update on the giveaway. Today is the very last day to enter if you haven't already. Most people in the chat probably already have. It's very, very simple to enter. There's a big giveaway video, and I've been blasting all over Instagram and Twitter. You have to do 3 things. And to be honest with you, if you don't, I know there's some people that didn't have Instagram. If you have a Twitter, do what you can on Twitter in lieu of it. If not, go ahead and just comment. We'll let you enter because we understand everybody does not have, every form of social media, and that's fine. So we want to be as inclusive as possible. And yeah, so we're giving away I know I'm reading the comments and it's messed up. We're giving away 3 awesome prize packs, a mystery box. It's going to include a slab, X-Men #7. It is coverless, but it's still X-Men #7, a great piece of history. Eternals #1, and then Giant Size Defenders #3 are just a few of the books in there.
That's still the first one.
Now, and then we're going to be giving away a Mad Cave Studios prize pack that's going to value somewhere between about $75 to $100, which is in itself insane.
Are you paying for that one?
It's paid for. And then #3, we're going to do a prize pack from Brian Silverbacks, who is Mr. Loggerhead. And you guys have all seen some of his artwork. If you follow him on Instagram, it is absolutely phenomenal. So all that to say, go ahead and enter it if you haven't already. Hopefully I've seen 2 people drop off. Maybe that's what they went to go do. And all right. So what were some other things we're going to chat about?
One thing real quick to add on with that Brian Silverbacks pack. So like we talked about, one of the parts of that is we're going to go ahead and pay for you guys to get a commission done on a blank sketch cover. Yep. And right now he's actually doing his commissions live on his Facebook channel. So hopefully we can make that happen where, we can get you hooked up with Brian, where you can figure out what you want to get him to do. And then hopefully he can do that one live on his Facebook channel for you. Or maybe
how cool would it be if we get him on with us,
get him on here and let him do it on here.
That would be really cool. And that's very expensive in itself, and we're going to cover the cost for that. So hopefully everybody enjoys it, man. You guys have been so good to us. We want to be good back to you. All right. So do we want to jump right into why you were upset with the YouTube comic community, or do you want to talk about Killer Finds?
Oh, it's not just the YouTube comic community. It's just the comic book community in general.
Oh, okay. Instagram,
everybody, all of yous. All right. Especially anybody that's been reading Hill House comics. All right. I just started. I finally got 1 through 6 of this basket full of heads. And as you guys saw on Instagram today, I started reading it on my lunch break when I was having my fat-free Greek yogurt and my water. And I was reading this, and I get to the end. And at the very end, there's a small comic strip, a couple of pages that seems to go on throughout all of the Hill House comics. And what do you guys think was in that small comic?
I don't know. Sea dogs?
What does that look like?
It looks like a pirate comic book to me.
What are you guys doing to me? I haven't read any of it yet, so I don't know that it's all pirates, but it seems like it's pirates, all right? And I've been talking about wanting to read a pirate comic for weeks now. You guys are letting me down. And I know some of you guys have been reading these Hill House books.
You're so ridiculous. So first off, Magic thinks you're more upset about having a fat-free Greek yogurt.
I really dig those Chobani. I eat the blueberry and the key lime pie Greek yogurts. They're really good.
So check this out, Dustin. I did some cold brew. I feel like Bueller would be proud of me. I cold brewed some coffee. Oh man, that's too funny. Those bastards. So Chaos said, we told you about it. We also told you about the image title. And we actually had Justin on. He talked a little bit about the image title, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, yeah. Me and Justin talked about the image. Now, Chaos, if you told me about this one, if it was you that said it, then that's why I don't know about it, because I try not to really pay a whole lot of attention to anything you say. So, but,
oh, man.
But anyway, yeah, that's it. I was pumped to find that. So now I have to go find all of the Hill House titles so that I can read those.
Oh man, I should be in there. Yes, you should be. That is too funny. I didn't read any pages of Sea Dogs. And we're not getting fancy yet, but it's actually fairly simple. You literally just take some coffee, water, put it in the fridge for overnight, and then you put some ice on it. I guess you don't have to. Even my wife liked it, which was pretty cool. But it's fat-free yogurt.
Whatever.
Wine stream over. So listen, he messaged me and he's like, I told him, I said, do you want to go on live tonight, talk about the giveaway? And we haven't in a little bit. I know we released a video yesterday kind of about what you can do to help support your local comic shop. And I said, well, let's go live for a minute, talk to everybody, see what's going on. And then he said, well, can you call it why is Dustin mad or upset with the YouTube comic community or something like that? And I'm just like, no.
That's how I am. So he's like, really?
Like, yeah, I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, who posted something on Instagram or Twitter that hurt your feelings? You know, do we really have to
ruin our channel and destroy everything we've built this far? I know that's what he was thinking. It's like,
basically
just a little clickbait.
Jesus. But
what's up, Steve?
I
see you.
What's going on, man? All right. So, and there was a couple other things we're going to talk about. So Dustin's local comic shop. I know basically everybody's comic shop is almost shut down, right? Mine is, I think all of his are, but the one. And so if you were on our Instagram, Dustin posted something earlier, and we wanted to touch on that a little bit here because it may be something a lot of you guys are interested in, because I know we're all kind of wanting to spend some comic money and we just don't have the option to. And I'm going to keep talking because Dustin's about to come out of the chair because I won't stop. You just look like you get antsy.
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay. You just look like you're ready to go. So talk to a little bit about it and kind of what's happening.
Yeah. So I know some of you guys tuned in last week, the last new comic book day.
Mm-hmm.
I went live on Instagram just because I don't know how to go live on my phone, or if I even can on YouTube. But I was live on Instagram from Killer Finds, and I was basically taking orders.
Yep.
Kind of streaming through, scanning the shelves, and anybody that saw anything that they wanted or that they didn't get to pick up. You know, I was picking that up for those people, and you know, just PayPal invoicing them for the price of the books and the shipping. And I'm going to continue to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And this week is going to be a special one. And you guys are going to want to make sure you tune in and make sure when you see the notification saying Two Brothers Comics is live on Instagram, that you go ahead and check that out, because this week Killer Finds is doing half-priced comic books. All right. So if there is any books that have come out over the past couple of months that you guys didn't get to get your hands on, except Batman 89, Batman 90, Hell Arisen 3, those are not available. But, you know, if you guys see anything while I'm live streaming, I can pick it up for you, invoice you for it, get it shipped to you. You're going to get these books half off. And that does include slabs. It does not include trades, and it does not include, you know, the sketch covers done by Brian Silverbacks that he does in shop and leaves there for them. But it does include, you know, their wall books, their slabs, and, you know, any of the back issues, anything on the shelves. So if you guys are going to be, you know, looking for anything, you know, I'll be there probably not tomorrow. Thursday I'll be there, though. I may go there tomorrow. But if you guys have any kind of preference on times, I usually get home from work around 4:30. I can be at the shop. So I'll probably be live somewhere between 4:30 and 6 o'clock when they close. So just make sure you guys pay attention to Instagram when you get that notification that we're live, just in case you are looking for books.
Yep.
We're trying to make sure we can get those books out to you guys. I even found somebody on Facebook that was looking for some books and in one of the groups, and I was able to get him some books and get those out to him today too. So we just know that, like, I mean, even Nick, he doesn't have a comic shop he can go to. Like, I feel like, you know, I may be the only one on the planet right now that has access to a comic book shop, but my shop is, you know, dead set. They're not closing until somebody comes up and puts a chain on the door. So if you guys need books, I can get you books as long as they have them. Just let me know. And if you want to just send me a message on Instagram with a list of stuff you're looking for, you know, feel free to do that, and I'll check while I'm there. So we just want to make sure everybody can get books if they want books.
And he sent a couple off already last week. Last time he did it, Cap'n got his books. He sent some to Burns. And I think there was a couple people that have never actually been on the channel before that you sent some to. So that was cool.
Yeah, I think I've still got some here for CFAP.
Yep.
I think
he was going to want to hold it till Friday, right?
Nope, I'm holding those for him.
He asked if back issues were half off.
What now?
Magic asked if back issues were off.
Yeah, now this store doesn't have a lot of old back issues, but anything that's come out since like probably November, December, yeah, that's about as far as they go back in back issues. They do have some dollar bins, so I can check those too and rummage through those.
Yeah.
Now I did find out today there are 2 other comic shops that I go to that are also open. One of them is in Marietta, close to me, The Great Escape. I love those guys. That was my first place that I went and put in and had my pull list set up. And then Killer Finds open up. They're much closer to me, but I'm going to try to get out probably next week to Great Escape and do a Instagram live stream there. Now they have thousands of back issues. I mean, they've got so many. There's no way I could even go through all of them. So, and they don't have a sale going on or anything, but they do have comics. So,
yep. Well, there you go. And then Chaos half off the first 15 pages or the last 15. Dude always has the best comments. Jabroni, how you doing, sir? We have the Comic Jabroni Nation in the house. So, Dustin, are we talking about Power Rangers Pirates yet?
No, I think they did that or something. I don't know, dude. Like I'm so.
Oh no, they did, and I was going to show you something on somebody's Instagram if I can ever go find it again. I was going to screenshot it and send it to you. It was pretty cool. And Omega Comics, nice to have you. I think this is the first time you've been around, so we appreciate that. At least in the live chat.
You're asking if they have the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Ninja Turtles books there. They do still have some.
Yep, and we didn't get
asking.
And we didn't get a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers review video this last time. So you want to talk a little bit about that so you can get it off your chest? You never did a video.
Nah, I'm not really feeling the Power Ranger stuff right now in comics. It's
not even the Ninja Turtle Power Ranger?
It's cool. I post pictures on Instagram, but I don't know. I think the love affair is probably getting close to ending for me.
What do you mean? And I didn't even mean to do that on purpose.
I don't know, dude. I'm just not digging it anymore. I mean, I'll keep buying it, probably hoping the stories get better, but it's like, I don't know. The stories just kind of suck now. The artwork is trash. I just want Kyle Higgins back in my life. I think that's what I need.
Mike Sanchez, how are you doing, sir? I think this might also be the first time for you in the chat, so we do appreciate you being here. And if not, I feel lost.
Here you go, Justin Birch. That's the pirate ones, I guess he's saying. I know my kid. Yeah. My kid, he watches all the. I mean, they've got all the Power Rangers on Netflix, and he was watching them one time. I think I remember seeing some kind of pirate Power Rangers. I was like, "What in the world is this?"
Burke said, "Give me some Mighty Morphin, bro."
They got. I mean, they've got some of the one. You know, they don't have like back issues, but I mean, I can look see what they got.
All right. So there's Harsh Life, man. Glad you could join us for a while. Don't forget to catch it on the replay a little bit. Thanks for hanging out with us. And Sensaro laughing at you. Power Rangers broke your heart.
Nah.
Burke family, Nick's brand so strong, he wears his own brand shirt. So my thought on branding is I'm going to do it like Disney, and I'm going to have my brand on every aspect of everything. And eventually I'm going to do like a giveaway of like, where are the little
time out.
Nope, let me finish.
Let
me have my, I'm going to be like, where are the hidden Mickey heads? But instead of the Mickey heads, it's going to be the Two Brothers Comics logo. And you got to catch and count and see how many's back there.
Your brand?
No, he said Nick's brand, our brand, whatever. You're taking it too literal.
It says 2.
Yeah, I get it. He don't be so literal. Dope covers on the Power Rangers, though.
Yeah, they got some
Which ones?
Cool covers. I ain't heard about it. I mean, guys, I'm fixing. I've gotten so hyped up right now, getting ready to dive into some serious Silver Age awesomeness, and I found a gold mine of a place to get it, and I ain't telling nobody.
Oh Lord!
I don't care if I ever have another Power Rangers book again. I'll get rid of all these Power Rangers books except this one. I can't get rid of that one. I'll never do that. But yeah, I don't care. I'm about to start spending money on stuff that matters.
What do you mean stuff that matters? A week ago, you would have given your life up for some certain Power Rangers books.
I would never have given my life up for a comic book in general of any kind.
You know what I mean? Again,
I've got all the Power Rangers books that I really care to have. Like, that's the thing. Like, I've got the ones I care to have. And from this point forward.
Oh, man. Somebody beating his Cheerios today.
No, I'm good. I am good.
So CFAP wants some Uncanny X-Men, and he asked if you got his.
Nick got so much Uncanny X-Men. I got enough X-Men comic books. If you need some, you send us a list, bro.
Oh, mate. And then Silver Age, thumbs down.
Chaos Comics, thumbs down.
Now, Chaos, I'm glad you're here, man, because one of the things that I've dove into the Twitter world, and Chaos tweets a lot. And one of the things he's been tweeting a lot about, you listening, Dustin? Because I was going to talk to you about it too.
I'm listening. I'm just going to grab a water real quick.
Okay. Was everybody was expecting digital comics to come out this week or next week in lieu of paperbacks. Now, I don't want to throw a percentage, but we'll just say half of the people only want print copies to come out. And I've seen things as strong as comic shops have made statements as strong as if you put out digital comics and do not put out before print comics come out, we will remove you from our new comic book day wall. We will only put your books on the pull lists. I mean, like, seriously, and they will no longer advertise it, right? Because if they're putting things out digital before it comes time for paperback, then I guess their thought process is, you're not supporting the LCSs. People are going to buy it there and not come and purchase it with us. And honestly, LCSs are kind of the backbone of the industry, if you will, right? And then there's another percentage of people where Chaos is talking, and he said, I got people mad, and I get his points too, basically saying we should have digital come out, and there is data to show that the people who purchase digital do not also purchase paper copies, and the two don't really cross over. They don't really take from one another. And again, how strong is that data? I don't know, because let's be realistic. You can manipulate any data in the world to make it say exactly what you want it to say. But I guess my thoughts are, and people in the chat, there's a lot of you watching. What is everybody's thoughts on that? I mean, do you think we should have went digital instead of print in the time being? Or should we all just hold off, take a breath, take a breather, and then wait for print to come back? I mean, what do you think?
Honestly, I wouldn't really. Number one, I would not pay the price for digital comic books. Why?
Yeah.
So that something can happen. Like, okay, I've had literally my Google Play Store. I've bought movies on there and lost them because I had to reset my account before. Why would I take that chance with digital books? And then they're not charging any less for the digital books. So
yeah.
And then it's crazy to me. And I don't know. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I've seen them on the digital books. They'll sell variant covers too.
I don't know about that. I've not seen that.
No, because I bought a variant cover for Batman Damned. Remember, number one, I thought I was getting the comic book, and it was the B cover, the Jim Lee cover, and it was the freaking Comixology thing. And I'm like, you just charged me more money for a variant copy? But yeah, I'm just gonna wait it out. I've got so many books in here to read, and I do have Marvel Unlimited.
Yeah,
specifically because, there's certain books that I'm never gonna have. I'm just never gonna have. So I will read them on there. And I think that's a really cool thing for the digital stuff. But I'm just not gonna go and pay a bunch of money for digital. I wouldn't pay a bunch of money for digital books just because we don't have physical books right now. Yeah. And I would still want to turn around and buy the physical copies too. So I'd rather just wait.
So, and here's my thoughts on it. And there's a couple points in the chat that I do want to speak to. And I can see their point of view, but I do want to give a counter argument. So digital is great for if you want to go back and just read the story. Or if, like for me, for example, right now with the baby, I don't have time to hardly read anything. So I'll go out and I'll buy the physical copy of it within like Marvel Unlimited, you can go back and read some of the issues. So I'm still catching up on some of the old Donny Cates stuff, so that when this Thor progress continues, I'll be a little more caught up with this Guardian stuff and some of these other things, right? So I'll read digital for that. I'm going to see if I can find a way to maybe buy some other little stories, on sale or Comixology or whatever, and maybe like a trade, and just try to go back and read some old stuff, like really old stuff, to where even if I had the physical, I would have to buy such a low grade, it wouldn't be worth to read the physical. You know what I mean? Kind of like what you do with the What If books.
Yeah.
So that is a great part of it, right?
Okay.
However,
I guess I missed something.
What?
I think I missed what the argument was. I thought you were literally just asking me if I would be okay with moving strictly to digital, and I think
no. Okay, so you just quit listening altogether. So, Jesus,
sorry guys, chaos, dude. My bad. I'm with you. I see what you said in the comments here. My bad. No, I just completely zoned out, I guess, and missed the whole what Nick said.
Oh my God. So real quick, basically, publishers were talking about doing digital in lieu of physical until physicals are able to come out. Comic Shop said, if you do that, we're no longer, some of them, not all of them, right? But basically banded together and said, hey, if you do that, we're going to remove you from our store. We're only going to put orders in their people's pull list. You're not going to be featured anymore. We're not going to advertise anymore.
Okay, so the shops are trying to hold their feet to the fire, so that they don't have to worry about losing out whenever physicals come back, if people are books. I get you.
And so there's a small portion of people that say, hey, let's go ahead and do digital while we can, to at least get to read some stuff. And then, at the same time. So,
I can see where people would be upset about that if they do read digital, or if they don't care whether it's digital or physical, being forced to wait. Then, I can see that definitely an unfair thing for sure.
So, and it's, to me, it's, again, if you look at the data and some of the studies that have been done, and again, what little bit there is and how honest it is, I can't tell you. But the people that are strictly digital don't really go and buy. I think like Seawood from Comic-Con. I think he does a ton of the new stuff strictly digital, but he'll buy the back issue, collectible physical, obviously. But those people, they're going to continue with the digital, whether or not we go digital. But, do you run the risk of converting some of these physical people over to the digital copies because they can't wait to get the books or whatnot? So,
well, I don't know. I can't see the vast majority of people swapping to digital permanently, because there are so many people out there who've been collecting for, their whole lives and collecting physical copies. I can't see them going, strictly to digital, but, I guess some of them would. I wouldn't, but I definitely see the argument now that I listened, and see. I don't think that it is really fair. I mean, I can see where people don't think that's fair, to have to wait just because.
So, and I'll tell you,
shops are in an uproar, but
yeah. So, and this is one of the comments I did want to hit on. Comic Jordan, it's the same argument against downloadable games. I will say I understand the premise of it, that it's basically going from a physical copy of a video game versus just a digital download. I get that aspect of it, and what Dustin was saying is now you're going to have to go from physical games to hard drives, essentially. However, it's a little bit different because you're talking about going from a paper copy of something that has traditionally always been done paper, and that's part of the collectability of it, to strictly digital. Now it's just
like physical games too. I mean, there's a huge.
No, I understand that, but it's not. But it's still a little bit different in my eyes, because you're talking about something that's still being consumed on a TV or on a PC or something like that, right? So it's a little bit different in my eyes.
Bye, Carmen. Have a good night at work then.
And then no, you're fine. Hold on, I'm clicking through. So I don't know. That's my thoughts. I think it's a little bit of a stronger difference there.
I don't know. I can't. I don't think I can agree with you on that one, just because I know. Just because, I guess, because you got to remember, my shop, they deal in a lot of retro games, and I see
people
all the time buying stacks of 50, 60.
And I'm not saying anything against that, right?
To collect them. So
no, Dustin, you're taking me the wrong way. you're not going to have people going and buying digital copies of those retro games to replace in their collections. Just like you're not going to have digital copies people are going to go to buy to replace Silver Age comics in their collections. My thing is you can lose people going and buying digital copies or physical copies of new Comic Book Day books. That's the difference between buying a Call of Duty, World of Warfare, or whatever is going on right now in a disc at Walmart versus just sitting on your couch downloading it there.
Well, that's one reason why I don't really care for games anymore anyway, because even if you buy the physical disc, it seemed like every time I'd buy one, I still had to friggin' download it for 2 or 3 hours. So
yeah. So Backseat, he was upset because nobody told him there was a pirate comic book in the back of a
in the back of Hill House Comics.
Yeah. And again, let me clarify real quick. Like, I'm not what do you call it?
Your wife is causing trouble, by the way.
What do you mean?
She's putting Mad Cave letterers in timeout. She didn't mean to.
Oh Lord. Let me see then. I'll have to go in here.
It's all good.
Let me go in here and check. But like I said, I'm not saying one way or another that image or digital is better than any of it, right? Like, I'm not having one opinion over the other. Chaos also, since I talked about him a little bit earlier, maybe Chaos can fix the chat before I get a chance to untime out Justin. How's my wife going to do that? But I'm not saying like
she had the baby. No, I see what you're saying. I mean, this is something, I guess, that, it's something that's going to be a big deal, especially over the next few months. And people are going to be on both sides of the fence.
Yeah.
People are going to straddle the fence. It's really just going to come down to your personal preference, and whether or not you have the ability to wait. And now
nobody's upset.
Now we've been told we don't even have the option, basically.
Yeah.
Or they're trying to, so.
And like I said, my point is not one way or another. I just wanted to kind of have a conversation, see what people thought.
Right. And to Lasso's point about the True Believers and the dollar comics, I know they do that, but I mean, some of the books that I read on the Marvel Unlimited are not books that I would even go spend the $1 on, just because I might just scroll through there and say, oh, let me read this, Yeah. It's just because it's readily available to me. I got it to read a certain set of books, and I'm already paying the monthly subscription. So, I'll scroll through and read like the Secret Wars. I'm reading that right now. I haven't read that. So, there's certain things that, I use it for, but, I don't know. I've never been a fan of having reprints. I don't even like second print books. I'm stuck in that. I got it. And you're the same way. Don't shake your head at me.
I mean, absolutely. I like first prints. I've gotten to where I only buy cover A's. I won't buy any of the variants anymore. But absolutely. And in some cases, or some of the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 13th print, I think on the Killing Joke, would I like to have like the 6th print or whatever it is.
That's the one you want. Yeah. But I think it's really cool that they're doing the reprints. It's just I buy so many books already. It's just like, I can pay $10 a month and have access to everything.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah. And that's not a bad thing, right? Because that's still going to go back to the creators or whatever. But, and again, back to, since I kind of picked on Chaos earlier, not that he cares one way or another, but he did put a tweet out that basically says something along the lines of, the industry has been so stagnant for the X number of years. He's kind of excited. And again, if it's not worded correctly, feel free to put it in the chat, Chaos. But basically along the lines of it's going to be an interesting time to kind of have a shake up. You didn't do anything, Justin. My wife had the baby and accidentally clicked on put you in timeout.
It was an accident.
But now you're a moderator, so I don't think other moderators can do that to you. And that's the only way I could think of to fix it.
Did you see his point on the whole conversation? Did you see where he was at on it?
Yeah, that's true. But basically along the lines of it'll be interesting to kind of see what the shakeup looks like. It's not a bad thing. And especially with Diamond, and that's going to lead into kind of our next conversation is kind of what Diamond's doing. I'm excited in the sense of hopefully this will create some improvements, right? This industry has been so dependent on Diamond and everything else that it's not a bad idea and not a bad time for some innovation to happen, right? Yeah. So, and I'll read it quote for quote, and I really appreciated this statement. Comic industry was a fragile, bad system that put risk on small businesses and relied on customers to be cult members, essentially. Basically, let's see what happens, and maybe it will come out much, much better at the end. And I think that's not a bad idea, right?
I'd like to see another distributor come out of this too.
Either a multi-distributor, regional. I think.
I don't know. I mean, depending on how long this goes, I don't see someone being able to, be ready to, distribute within a couple of months. That's a big task. JB made a good, suggestion when he said Funko, just because they're already attached to Marvel and DC.
Yeah.
But what about these indies? What about those guys? And I've seen some things with certain indies saying that if they could find a way, they would distribute their stuff directly to the comic shops.
Yeah. Well, and some of the indies are actually still selling on their site that'll ship directly to you. Mad Cave does it, TKO does it.
I think
and some of them are.
Boom say they were going to do that too.
That I don't know.
I thought I read something because I thought Boom was the one I was thinking of. I may be wrong, but I mean, it would be cool to have another option, for the comic shops to use, and also, to see if somebody else can do a better job, handling the
right now,
make sure that they stay in good condition.
Yeah, because right now Diamond has no competition, so they basically do whatever and say whatever they want to do with little to no consequences, which is always bad for the market. And actually,
2000 to 2015 Vince McMahon right now.
But anyway, so that was just kind of an interesting topic that kind of has happened, and very interested to see. I know a lot of people have come out and basically say we're not going to be doing digital. And I know some people were very disappointed and some people were very thankful. So I'm always just interested to see how other people think. For me personally, it's not going to change the way I consume comics. I don't think it's going to change the way you consume comics. And I think for most comic diehard fans, and when I say diehard, I mean, we'll say local comic shop diehards, right? Where it's like you and I would both rather go spend all of our money there than we would digitally or whatnot. But one thing I wanted to say is I know a lot of people are kind of upset because they're not getting any new books. Man, this is a really good time for people to kind of take a little bit of a breather and maybe go after some of those big keys they've been wanting to. Maybe when I say big keys, I mean, you're talking you instead of a $30 pull list, go buy you a $30, book you've been wanting, or save that up for the month and go buy you a nice book. Or go buy you some of the trades, go buy you an omnibus. That's what I've been doing, is buying some of these trades, some of these hardcovers, so I can catch up on some old stories. And I don't feel like I'm missing out reading those instead of the new Comic Book Day book. So,
and we have 5 other suggestions in our newest video released. 6 ways to support your local comic shop during this time.
That we do. So again, it was, one of those things where I, honestly, I'm a little bit like, I'm not excited for it within the comic shops, but I'm kind of relieved because I feel like I'm getting a break. I don't feel like I have to haul off to the comic shop first thing tomorrow to pick up my books. So it's kind of, I don't know, maybe.
I'm kind of thinking now that all of the comic creators all got together and they created the coronavirus.
Yeah, because they're all not being paid right now.
Wait, hear me out. Maybe it was just me, but I felt like, and I haven't read everything I picked up last week yet because I had a stack, y'all saw. But I swear, just about every book that I've read so far last week, except Power Rangers, had me sitting here so pumped up for the next issue. And I was just like, no, we got to wait. Once in future, friggin' phenomenal.
That's like 5 issues though.
6 came out. This has been awesome. That's number 2. That's not number 6. What else did I read that was really good? Folklords. I'm left hanging on Folklords. Batman was great. So it's like everything is like kind of like left us hanging right now. And I don't know if it's just the fact that I know I can't go get the next one, you know, within the next month or so, or if they all got together and let's make a cutoff right here. We're gonna create this virus. Make this right here. This is gonna be the last comic day. So make sure that the books that come out this month are just the most fire rated books you can never put out, so that everybody's so psyched and pumped up whenever we finally get books back that it's just pandemonium and craziness everywhere.
Oh my goodness, you're a nut. I don't know if that's a good thing either. No, I felt that way after I read the Honor and Curse trade paperback. That thing, man, is probably one of the best books I've read in a long, long time. It was 6 or 7 issues of it, and man, that thing is phenomenal. And
which trade?
Honor and Curse.
Okay.
And volume 2 of it was supposed to be coming out, and now it's being pushed back. And until everything clears up, they may not even release it this year. So, but Daredevil. So I haven't watched Jabroni's video of it. I'm going to go watch his review of Daredevil. So I'm interested to see how that goes. And then I don't know. I may go pick up the Zdarsky. I think that's a Zdarsky Daredevil run. Yeah. So, and then the Dustin Conspiracy. I bet you he has a lot more of them than you'd expect. And the Sandman universe. So that's something I've been wanting to get into. However, I hear that it's like, what's the word? You either really love it or you really hate it.
Yeah.
Right. There's not like I haven't heard many in between. So I'd love to kind of hear what you think of it, Chaos.
When I first started collecting and I heard people talking about that, I was like, they gave Spider-Man's villain the Sandman like his own comics, and everybody went this nuts about him.
Oh my god!
But that, like I said, that was like brand new at the time. That was only friggin' Sandman I knew of. But then, you know, of course, you know, I started digging into it. I'm like, okay, yeah, this looks cool. So I'm with you. I definitely want to get into those.
Oh man, you're crazy, dude. All right, so there's a couple things I wanted to talk about. Diamond warns of cash flow problems, halts payments to vendors. Okay, so again, Dustin doesn't even know about this yet. Like we talked about it for just a second, and I wanted to see what everybody else's thoughts on it were, and kind of if you haven't heard about it, then here you go. So this is on Newsarama. This came out earlier this morning, about 8 a.m. Eastern time. Oh wow! Inside, I wonder if that was recent with no books, but anyways, basically, Stan, the president of Diamond, came out and said they're no longer receiving consistent payments from our customers, i.e. LCSs, and as a result, they will be holding payments to vendors previously scheduled to release this week. So again, distribution process. If you're not familiar with how that works, it's fairly simple. You have your Marvel, your DC up here. They're creating, you know, putting out the books. It then goes to their plants, which essentially print the books. Those go to Diamond. Diamond then takes those books, distributes it out through UPS, FedEx, whatever, through and fulfills the orders through to the local comic shops. So they're kind of, think of them like the Amazon, right? They're the in between.
He's breaking this down for me, guys. Don't take offense.
So they're basically the Amazon between the what do you call it? The folks that make the product and then the consumer,
the middleman.
Right. So there's kind of a 2 middleman system here, which is kind of weird to think about it, but not always. A lot of building products are done this way. There's a lot of things done in a similar fashion. Now, most of the time you have multiple
contractor and your subcontractor and your customer.
Well, that's not the route I was going, but close enough.
Okay.
I was sticking with the distribution model. But anyway, so what this is basically saying is that now they're not going to be paying, Marvel, DC, whoever, right? And whoever else those vendors are. But it says basically as the world responds to the outbreak of COVID-19, our focus is protecting employees. We understand the risk to our business, evaluating the risk to the industry, and federal government resources available, basically loans, things like that. Supply chain distributions obviously have had serious cash flow impacts. So it's pretty interesting, the fact that now not only they're the middleman to the product, but also the cash flow, right? Mm-hmm. And if that cash flow is not going into Diamond from the LCSs and whoever else is buying these books from them, now Diamond is not paying Marvel, DC, they'll survive. They'll always survive. But the big issues are, are these small publishers like, Scout, Mad Cave, TKO, are these guys being paid?
Or is it ADA or ADW?
AWA, I think.
AWA, yeah, just really got off the ground. I mean,
But then Dark Horse, IDW, they've lost a ton of money, if I'm not mistaken, and I think Image is having better quarters. But if I'm not mistaken, IDW
got some serious titles in their repertoire.
But they've been losing money quarter after quarter after quarter. So how bad is this going to affect them now that they don't have any real cash flow? And that's where we should all be concerned, right? Is as much as we all think Marvel, DC, whatever, those are not the people that we need to be really concerned about. It's these small publishers. And that, I think, is why we need a secondary distribution model, right? Whether that's a direct to market, direct from indie publishers, creating their own fulfillment centers and sending those guys out, or sending them directly. Because it's not, when I say it's not that difficult, it's not that difficult, right? You're essentially creating a small supply chain setup, and you're fulfilling orders, packaging things up, and mailing them off, right? So you need some warehouse guys, you need some planners, schedulers, things like that. I know I'm going pretty in depth, but I mean, yeah, right. That's kind of what I've been in the last few years, to some degree.
Guys, Two Brothers Comics Comic Book Distribution Company coming soon.
But I wonder if that would be a solution, right? Because you figure hear me out. If comic book publishers know what their orders are going to be by final order cutoff, now they're getting the appropriate amount from their people who are printing their books. Now they have at least a couple of weeks advance to start prepping orders. You're going to have to figure out, and basically you have UPS, FedEx, whoever, USPS. They're doing the distribution, actual physical point A to point B. You just have to prepare the orders, box them up, make sure they're addressed to the right people. Would that be a way out for some of these publishers at that level? And I know Marvel tried it, or they bought up somebody and that failed miserably, but it's yeah. And Chaos, you're right. They do have the exclusive deals, but I wonder if this is now kind of the time to maybe, if they're not paying these publishers, is that a breach of contract somewhere where now we can remove some of those exclusive deals? If Diamond's not distributing, then what does that mean? But I don't know. It's definitely time for it's definitely time for a bit of a shakeup. But again, when I say it's simple, you have to have a lot of overhead, and I know we're kind of running into some other people's times coming up. But it's going to be some overhead. It's going to be a warehouse. It's going to be some salaries. But what is the cost of doing that versus not having your product going out at all? Or do you save a little bit by going direct to market if you're at a certain volume? And I think that's where Diamond really, I don't know. I'm going really in deep to it, but it's all good.
All right, so let's move on and kind of talk about some of our upcoming content we have coming up.
Yep.
We do have a video that is going to drop sometime this week.
Yep, at some point this week once I'm done editing it.
Look out for that, guys. Me and Nick kind of did a head-to-head kind of best of the best in that video. So I think that one's going to be really cool. Hope you guys check that out. And of course, in the comments, y'all got to let us know who wins. Like who's got the best. You got to tell us in the comments. We got to know. Also, this Thursday night, we are going to be hosting a Thursday night live comic chat. It'll be me, Nick, new guy Ryan, and Steve from Birch Family 54 Comics. We usually do a new comic book day chat on Birch's channel. We're going to move it over to our channel this week, and it's not a new comic book day, but it's more of a what have we read this week chat. So I know I'm probably going to be talking Basket Full of Heads, maybe a couple of other things, because I've got probably another 20 books that I've picked up for the last 2 weeks that I haven't read all of yet. So, the four of us are going to just kind of have a fun chat on stuff we've been reading this week. So that's going to be Thursday night. And then on top of that, me and Nick have been throwing around the ideas of doing some other videos, branching out. We both, what was I going to get to? So we can't buy comic books, and I don't know about Nick, but like I feel the need to like continuously now I have to have something that I can collect and hunt for and go get, and
I have no. I don't feel that way. I told you, I'm kind of relieved for a minute.
Dabbled into the area of the Funko Pops, but I have very recently, within the less than a week, I have really jumped both feet in on the Funko Pops. I've even got my wife roped in almost. I mean, I'm this close, guys, to having her roped in on us being a Funko hunter family. So we're probably going to try to look at doing some Funko Pop hunting videos soon. See what you guys think about that. So be on the lookout for those. It's just something else that thought would be fun to go do. I'm going to be buying them anyway. So, hey, might as well record it. Always makes for good television when, me and Nick are out on the hunt. So,
see, I'm closer to jumping in on that action figure game. Like Justin, let me tell you about action figures. But that's way too expensive. Way too expensive.
I've got shops out here, man, that do Funkos and have ridiculous amounts of action figures. You went to Dave's with us. You saw all those. That's where I'm going to be going for figure. I've got figures too, Chaos. Like I can't dive into both at the same time, so I'm gonna do these for now, and then I may go into figures. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Just I have a very addictive personality, I guess, when it comes to hobbies. So I'm trying to stay within my financial means right now. But I mean, yeah, we might do Funko figure hunting together a little bit and see how you guys like watching us do that. So, and then this Friday night on Tony Sanders' channel, it will be me against the heavyweight champion and whoever else shows up and wants to get them some on the hunt. And it's probably going to be, I think it's actually going to be another rare occasion of two brothers live together. Now, Nick's not going to be competing because,
I don't compete.
Yeah, he's put his competitive days behind him, but I'm definitely going in, and I'm going to go in hard on everybody. And, you're supposed to portray a wrestling personality. I'm not going to tell anybody who I am portraying. Nick and me have already got the intro video working, and but you ain't gonna want to miss when you see who I be. That's all I'm saying.
Oh man. So a couple things popping up. That is actually, and if I'm not mistaken, didn't Scotty Young do a couple things with like Sideshow or somebody doing some figures? Or Marvel put out something, vinyl figure, something like that. Mac Daddy Gaming, nice to have you. I think this is your first time as well. It's WrestleMania weekend. I feel robbed that he's done a heel turn on Power Rangers. The best for the cameras. Oh, it's you. You've done the heel turn on Power Rangers. You hate Power Rangers. Okay.
You didn't get that, did you?
No, I don't talk wrestling. So anywho's.
Okay. Hold on. Oh, keep going through. Yeah, keep going through.
First pops, then figures, then diving straight into statues. See, I'm thinking going straight into one statue, not multiple, just one, because I don't have enough room.
We both bought one statue, and that's it.
I almost bought that brown Wolverine one and put it on the because it comes out next December or something, and probably later, but putting it on that payment plan. But that payment plan is still.
Yeah, I know. When Jim showed off that Sabretooth, I was ready to unsubscribe from him. He's killing me.
Now, what is the hunt? So tell them what the hunt is.
So the hunt, if you've seen Comigories, it's kind of like Comigories, but it's not. There's no categories. It's basically a comic cover showdown, and it's still up to you guys in the chat to vote. So please come out and support me. Everybody, come out and vote for me. Me. We got 6 books. You have 5 books that are just, covers that you really like, that you think are really cool. That will go up against their 5 covers. Everybody shows one at a time. And then number 6 is your hunt book, which is a book that you found out in the wild and you got for a really great deal. And I picked mine up at Killer Finds last week, and I'm going to go in there and Hulk smash everybody and do the thing. And that's just a little hint to what book I'm using. You like that, Nick? I did that pretty good, didn't I?
It was definitely good.
Before you jump into that real quick, hold on a second, because I wanted to recognize somebody real quick.
Go ahead.
My man, Mike. This is the guy that runs my local comic shop. You guys have seen us in Killer Finds. You've seen us talk about Killer Finds. This guy right here, he's so good to me. Him and his wife are great people. They run a great shop. They've been so good to us and very supportive of Two Brothers Comics. So just wanted to shout him out. And, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching, man.
Yep, absolutely. And that's where we do our Two Brothers Comics picks of the week, which is pretty cool, man. And then, so we're not going to do tag team. I don't get into the competition stuff anymore. And it's not because I'm afraid. It's because I am way too competitive, and I worry that, and like to the point to where like I'm the worst loser in the world. So I would assume not put that out in public. And
I'm going to get Comigories to go against me one night. I promise you guys it's going to happen.
Like
I'm hoping that we have Nick on camera with me so we can, he'll be like my manager, on the outside of the ring.
Literally, I'm just probably going to be sitting there. That's it.
Nah,
I don't do role playing. After statues, it's heroin. Oh man, you swept that angle under the rug like Vince K. Oh man. So Mike, you did bring this up, and I was going to show it because I pulled it up here. There we go. So the animated statues from a Gentle Giant. So these things actually look really nice. But I just can't imagine paying that much money for something like that, right? I mean, they're not that big either. That's crazy. And here's some of the other ones.
They had some in the shop this week. I think they had a Venom in the shop.
I mean, they're really cool. Don't get me wrong. But that's the thing with like regular statues. I can't do it.
Justin, oh my gosh, bro. He says heroin's probably cheaper. You're probably right, dude. I have never partaken in any kind of substance at all, but you're probably right because statues are crazy expensive, dude.
And Dustin, whose channel is the hunt on again?
Oh, it's gonna be on Tony Sanders' channel, and I will make sure to drop a link and show that on our Instagram page this week. I promise you guys, I'll make sure everybody knows where it is and when it is all week long. I'll start posting that tomorrow. Yeah, but definitely would love to see you guys come out and support your brother. Because we're going in there and we're taking the championship and walking out, and they're just gonna be like, "What happened?" And my wife, who these guys were. You just came in here and just took everything.
My wife attesting. So you are a really, really bad.
I already went through all those. I literally clicked them in order.
Oh, did you? Okay. All right. Cool.
So Mike says there's a Spider-Man, Venom, Cyclops, and Black Panther.
I said I'm not mad either way. Yeah, I'll pull it up here in just a second.
What's that?
Okay, so Mikael28. So he was the one that was talking to you about the WWE comics.
Okay, yeah.
Glad to have you, man.
He hadn't have even messaged me about those because I started looking at those freaking things, and now I want to get all those. I'm like, I was like, man, he was asking me for certain ones. I'm like, man, like I want them.
Okay, so if this is one, I would probably buy it. Let me show you guys this one. This is pretty neat, and I'm just going to show it in between us chatting about some other things. That is really cool looking.
That is cool.
Again, not like my biggest thing. Like, would I collect these? No, but that looks awesome. It looks like the. By the way, Dustin, you'd be proud. I'm going back and rewatching all the X-Men animated series. I'm on season 2 right now.
I think I was on season 3 and my Disney Plus messed up. And then my Netflix messed up, and then I was just like, whatever. But then I got Netflix back because I had to watch the freaking Tiger King.
I refuse.
Oh, real quick before I was going to ask him about it. Chaos killing it with that wrench, man. I appreciate it every freaking time.
I'll tell you what, Chaos,
all over it.
One day I'll send you another one of these terrible slabs as a thank you.
There's Tony Sanders' channel. The link is in the chat, guys. Go ahead, and as soon as this is over, grab that link, go to Tony Sanders' channel, set that reminder so you don't miss out, and you can jump in there and vote for your brother from Two Brothers. And y'all, if nothing else, just stick around so you can see my intro. Nick, tell them.
It's pretty cool. I did a good job with it.
Yeah, y'all need to at least come check it out for that.
And Tiger King, I'm telling y'all, my wife watched it, and I caught like all of 10 seconds of it.
Okay, I think we covered everything. All right, so now we can move on to the.
Hold on, before you do that, giveaway. If you've not entered, please do so. Today's the very last day. I'm going to post it like 90 times on Instagram, and then you guys will be done with it until I decide to do another. Or we decide to do another giveaway. So anyway, and then not Justin, David. We did do an interview with David Saturday. We're giving away the first issue of Savage Bastards. All you have to do is go watch the video, type #Savage in the comments, and I will send you issue 1 and 2 of Savage Bastards. And I'll send it directly from Mad Cave Studios, so it will go to your house. Okay. Now,
Savage Bastards is an awesome comic book, guys. I'm telling you. It's a great Western. It's a great adventure book. If you're not into Westerns and you're not into adventure, it's all right because it's cool anyway. So go check it out.
So my wife said, "Free the Tigger King." The Tigger King. That's what it looks like to me every time I see Tigger.
Now that we're done with business, we're gonna talk this Tiger King for a second. And if you guys want to go check out Rod the Rican and Jabroni and Perry over at Buyer Pass, we ain't mad at you. But this freaking Tiger King, dude, like I had no idea what everybody was talking about because I don't even hardly get on Facebook anymore. Unless it's, to run our Facebook channel page there. I really don't mess with it. And I see people like hitting me up all the time with these freaking memes and these and all these pictures from this Tiger King crap. And I'm like, what in the world is this Tiger King crap? And then I've watched it, and I'm telling you, when people say it's like a car crash, like you want to look away, but you can't. That's what this was. I wished I could have looked away, but I couldn't. So it was definitely, it was wild. And yeah, I'm not going to recommend it to anybody because I don't want anybody to be mad at me after they watched it and wonder why they wasted their precious time of their life watching that. But Jesus, it was just a train wreck of a mess. And I got 2 things out of it, A dude with some tigers can make other dudes do crazy things. And F. Carol Baskins. That's all I know.
Oh, my God.
That's all I got. That's all I know was the premise of that show.
Oh.
He said that about 6,000 times.
What?
F. Carol Baskins. She ruined his life and fed her husband to a tiger or something. Dude, if you haven't watched it, you're just gonna have to watch a little bit of it, and you can make.
I watched the last episode, about half of it with Sky last night, and the very last episode.
Yeah. No. That ain't how it works because
I'm not watching any of it. I literally
all the stuff's already happened. They're just talking about what happened. You got to watch like the first 2 episodes, and then at that point you can say, I can't watch this anymore, or you can say, I can't.
I saw enough Toothless.
No, dude, I'm telling you, I said the same thing, dude. It's out there, but I'm telling you, man, it's just something you can't look away. It's crazy. It's crazy.
So I did see something, and it was basically the Tiger King. Yeah. So Count Von Strange. We talked about comics for the first hour, and then Dustin's been on a rant for the last 4 minutes about the Tiger King. And I was trying to find a meme that I did find funny. Okay, so he's watched it. Tiger King was a train wreck. and I refuse to watch it. I refuse, but it was funny. I'm not highlighting that comment, and I'm not going to respond to it. But just know there's a lot of things wrong with toothless meth heads. I tell you, there was a lot of amputees on there. I did see that in the last episode.
That wasn't an amputee, man. That was a riputee because they got
ripped. There was the one guy with no legs and then the arm.
Okay, he was an amputee. Yeah, that dude fell. He did, and that was not even tiger related. He fell off a freaking zip line, landed on his feet, and crushed everything.
Well, I'll tell you this much, I'm not. But so the meme was, you have the Tiger King from The Walking Dead, and he has the real, like the big tiger, and he's like the apocalypse we thought we were gonna get. You've not seen Ezekiel?
Mm-mm.
Oh man, hold on.
Dude, I told you I didn't do the Walking Dead thing. I watched like the first 2 seasons.
Let me see if I can get this to pull up because it's actually pretty funny. All right, so delete that one.
Never ever watch The Walking Dead.
People are dropping like fries, man. Fries. Flies. So let's see if this will pull up. Damn it, it's not. I tell you what. Can you guys see that a little bit? So you see the guy over here on the edge. It said, it's time we had a talk with this Carol. Yes, and that Tiger King too. And it basically, it was like along the lines of I just saw Justin's comment. Basically. And but it was like the apocalypse you wanted, and it was a picture of him with the Tiger King and the zombies versus the apocalypse we get because the COVID stuff. And you get freaking
Netflix is making a killing off of that guy's show right now, though. With everybody sitting at home with nothing to do, that is probably the most talked about thing in the planet right now. Coronavirus has taken a back seat to the freaking Tiger King in trending right now, I'm sure.
I guess if there's one thing is, people got an escape, right?
Yeah.
And realize that their lives are not as bad as a bunch of toothless meth heads.
Yeah. And last thing, and then we're going to jump off of here. For anybody who hasn't seen it, if you're a fan of The Office, can I just say that Jim Halpert is one hell of a guy.
You talking about his new YouTube series?
That guy is that's a good dude right there. Did you watch any of that today?
So I subscribed to him on our channel last night, and that's why he was popping up.
Yeah.
And he only has like 3 videos, and it's crazy, dude. Like, it really should hurt our feelings that he had a 30-second video as an introduction, and it had millions of views, and he's almost probably over 1 million subscribers.
It's Jim freaking Halpert.
Still, could you imagine being able to post a 30-second video and there you're done? You win. You win all of YouTube.
It's really cool what he's doing, and he's not making it some big, huge, fancy broadcasted thing. He had his little girls make him a sign. I thought that was just, the coolest thing. And he had Steve Carell on there for a little while. That was super cool. And he's really just, he's saying, instead of watching all this crazy crap on the news and all the negativity and all the bad stuff that, they're trying to throw out there, he's going out and looking for, stuff to make people smile, things to make you happy. And, it's the really good news channel, or what did he call it?
Some good news.
Some good news.
SGN.
John Krasinski, that's a cool dude right there. He seems like a really cool dude. So
yep.
If you haven't checked that out, if you're a fan of The Office, go check it out. It's pretty neat.
So Chaos just admitted to using a match to look inside basically a gas tank and caught somebody's boat on fire. That's bad. All right, guys. So what did we talk about? Enter the giveaway. Last day's today. Savage Bastards. We'll draw for that probably sometime this weekend. We'll send you issue 1 and 2
this weekend when we're together.
Yeah, we can do it all at one time. So we'll do that, and all you have to do is go enter #Savage on the comment section. It's very simple, and it's a great book.
You have to watch the whole video, though. We'll know
the entire video. YouTube analytics will tell you if you didn't or not. And then we found out Dustin loves him some toothless meth heads, and then there's a pirate comic Dustin didn't know about, so he was mad about that, but we got over it. What else? Diamond in the comic shakeup and all of that.
We've got video coming out this week It is kind of like me and Nick had a little competition between each other. So you guys check that out, and make sure you vote in the comments for who had the best stuff. We're looking at doing some Funko and action figure hunts. Just, you know, something else to add to the channel, especially right now while comic books are down. So be looking for that. Make sure you guys, again, check out Tony Sanders' The Hunt this Friday night. I will be on there competing for the heavyweight championship of the world. And Chaos did drop the link. Thank you again, Chaos. So you guys go set a reminder on Tony Sanders' channel for that. I'll be also posting on our Instagram for that too.
Yep.
Also, make sure you're tuning in on Instagram and watching for us to go live on Instagram, live from Killer Finds, my local comic shop, where they're going to be having half off on comic books this week. That way, if you guys see anything in there while I'm, you know, scrolling across the store, if you see something you want, I can grab it for you, get you hooked up with an invoice through PayPal, and get those books shipped out for you. Over the next couple of weeks, I'll be hitting another shop too that I know that's open. They've got a little bit bigger back order section. So, and if you need anything comic book wise, just shoot us a message on Instagram, send us a list, and if we can get our hands on it for you, you know, we'll definitely do that for you.
Yep. Anything else? I think that's it, right? You're going to be on the hunt. Oh, the Thursday night chat with Birch and New Guy. I got to put the thumbnail together for that and get that scheduled. So that's what
Thursday night, me, Nick, Steve Birch, and Ryan New Guy are going to be discussing some books that we've read this week in lieu of a new comic book day review video. So that'll be live on our channel. Make sure you guys look out for that too.
All right. So guys, if you have any questions, want to reach out to us, need anything, you know how to do so. We're available comments, IG, Facebook, all of it. We are on Twitter, and we thank everybody. Chaos, thanks for moderating everything and doing all that good stuff. And then, yes, head over to Rod's. We were supposed to be done 11 minutes ago. Rod the Rican, they're doing the buyer pass. And Dustin, as always,
collect your way.